Good morning, everybody. And as you can tell, unless you're completely inept and or blind, and it's not a bad thing to be blind or inept, especially in this crazy, weird world we live in, I'm not in the parking lot. A, it's going to be a 6-day week at work, and B, we're going to have the taxes done today. That's right, income tax, which was supposed to be a temporary thing and is now not even enough to cover our own national debt. And it just amazes me. Like in another country, I think it was Ireland. Now tell me if this has changed in Ireland, Mark. But when you win the lottery in Ireland, you get the money. You win a lottery in America, you get what's left after taxes. And I'm like, wait a minute, I won the money. No, we're taking the taxes out. Not to mention my favorite scheme in the universe. Long before there was income tax, we're talking, I think, somewhere back towards like World War II. You bought your house, you paid your mortgage, the house and property were yours. Now, you have to pay property tax for the rest of your natural life for land you own and a house you own. Now, tell me that isn't a scheme. So the bank ain't going to come for your money, but the government will. Okay. Happy Pretend to be Irish Day. Yeah, to me, property tax was a scam. I'm not kidding. It really is, because it used to be once you paid for your property, your mortgage, all that, they pretty much can't get any more money out of you except for what they're going to get out of whatever income you have in your retirement. But now it's, I still can't get that. How you're paying taxes on a piece of land you own. All right, but yeah, it is St. Patrick's Day today, or as my friend from Scotland would say, bunch of damn wussies. You go out and pretend to be Irish for a day and get drunk like you need an excuse. In Scotland, we get drunk every damn day and we don't need an excuse. So it was something to that effect. Now, I should have heck. I should just rename this vlog anything but Doctor Who News, because all we have out there is Doctor Who malarkey, Doctor Who bullpucky, Doctor Who speculation, Doctor Who the show is doomed because such and such said so. And it's like, yeah, but such and such doesn't have any ties to the BBC. Not one. It's like, but the Sun said, and I'm like, and so the Weekly World News is still reporting on chupacabras and Batchild, but it doesn't mean any of that's true. Has the Sun gotten as far as the American tabloids where we're still claiming Elvis is still alive? Or I'm sorry, but my proof Elvis was dead is when he didn't show up when his daughter married Michael Jackson. All right. Michael Jackson, I didn't have anything against him, really. There were accusations, but when you look into that whole thing, there are so many conflicting stories by the same people who accused him of stuff that it's beyond frightening. Now, I'm not saying there were no shenanigans going on. I'm just saying if there were shenanigans, these guys really screwed up. All right. Yeah, they're saying RTD's already looking for his replacement. It's like, guys, I think he's going to be around through Series 3, unless something drastically changed. And then he might bail out, But good luck to him, because nobody wants to run the show. They had the talk channel in the taking over the show to keep it from going on hiatus. And look at the grand thanks, there was a little chunk of the fandom gave him because he dared do something that no other showrunner in the last, decades this show's been on, over half a century, had the stones to do, and that was get a female doctor in. And I still die laughing at some friends of mine who are saying, it just wasn't the right time. And I'm like, really? When was it going to be the right time? What clock are you looking at that says it's the right time? Or to quote President Reagan, if not us, then who? If not now, then when? Kind of like, when, if not now, then when? That's usually what I get from my butt alarm when it's time to go to the bathroom. But it's like, okay, do we have to go? All right, if not now, then when? Oh, yeah, there's already speculation running around. Yeah, that Shooty Got was left the show. Such and such is taking over, and such is going to be the new doctor. And it's like, guys, and of course, Disney has hesitated to pick up the show because it's been so awful. And I'm like, guys, RTD told you this. So many episodes, about 2 seasons, was the original agreement. And when they reached that and all of them had aired, then Disney then had the option to say, okay, this or this, or we're going to pick it up, or we're going to shelve it off our channel, and that's standard. They'll give a show like you do have shows like The Walking Dead. They gave it a pilot season, and then like not even halfway in, not even a couple episodes in, they already said, okay, we're doing a second season. But was that contract with AMC and all that. That's AMC's decision. I mean, it's like, wait a minute, was AMC? Okay, I forgot who did The Walking Dead originally, but all right. But that was their decision. And Disney is so up to its earballs in nonsense right now that it's just just crazy. Between, they've been blowing hundreds of millions of dollars on flops. And, they took over Star Wars and managed to shit all over it. A guaranteed moneymaker they had just done, follow the usual formula. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to be innovative. And I'm going to dare say that word, inclusive. And then they're going to try to sneak out a movie with their Daisy Ridley's going to start, rebuilding the Jedi Order. Luke Skywalker was supposed to do that, you jackass. And then you killed him. And then you made him look like an incompetent, runaway, coward moron. Completely destroying the whole legacy of that character in one fell swoop. And then when then when you're on the ropes, then when you were about to go down for the 10 count, then you're over there tapping guys in to come save you, like Ian McDermott to play Palpatine and bring Palpatine back. Lucasfilm, they're never going to get their money back because no one wants to touch it now. They completely screwed the franchise. We're going to do a Han Solo movie and completely screw up this character. Or even better yet, we're going to do a movie and we're basically going to steal the entire plot from a Firefly episode. That's right. That whole plot of Solo was right out of the train job from Firefly. It's like, yeah, Time Flight, not one of the good ones. Ugh. I can still, here's the thing, even your worst Doctor episodes still have some good moments in them. And it's like, are they going to try to, the problem is if I was Lucas, I'd be like, oh baby, I want a discount because you're selling me a pack of damaged goods. You are selling me whole cans of baked beans that have already got the botulism creeping into them. I'm like, Whole pallets of baked beans and rusted cans with the botulism getting into them. And what makes me madder than hell, the sequel movies were so bad. So bad, they made the prequels look like classics. So maybe he should be thanking him. Like I said, though, there's only one person you can blame, and it's not Kathleen Kennedy. It is George Lucas. He should never have sold it to them. Why he think he needed $5 billion is beyond me. But it just proved that dreams are for sale. He'd have been better off selling it to the Marx Brothers back in the day. It's like, well, they've been talking about making that new Ray movie for how long, and look at how long, and we haven't even got a script. I don't think anyone's been casted. Yeah, it was how much he sold the whole universe. It was like 4-something billion, wasn't it? Someone double check that because I remember it was in the billions. This was no little transaction there. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 billion, if I remember right, for the entire franchise, rights, and everything. And then they went crawling back to him, when things started going sour, and it's like, it ain't my potty anymore, baby. Mommy, the fat man's blowing boogies into his Kleenex on the camera. You should see what I do off camera. Okay. Well, The Mandalorian was good. The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett were good. I haven't watched I Suck a Tono ever since I tried making it about halfway through, and I was bored to tears. I'm sorry. I just was. I tried. I really did. But Lucas, like I said, I think his other major mistakes was he should have made the sequels when he made the prequels. If there were going to be any sequels to the Star Wars franchise, he should have done it back in the 90s when the crew cast and all them were still around and still fairly, not, heading into the geriatric phase and were in far better health. He could have done those prequels anytime he wanted. But I'm not going to say they should never have happened because, yes, there are a lot of great moments in the prequels. But as far as I'm concerned, the last hour or so of Revenge of the Sith was the only thing that made it worth it. The whole first movie, like I said, I know he's trying to establish world, but all right, back to Doctor Who though. Oh my God, I went off on a rant again. Can you tell? Back to Doctor Who. Like I said, we know nothing. And anyone who's walking around there claiming around they know nothing is one of the people who said, I've never masturbated in my 100 years of existence. It's a lie. They have nothing. Nobody is talking. Nobody is. And Bad Wolf trying to get info out of Bad Wolf. Like I said, it's like trying to pry, stuff out of the Iron Curtain back in the day. It just is not going to happen. It's very, very difficult to do. Very closed mouth policy over there. Everything is kept stum. Or is it shatum? Whatever. Shaboom, shatum. Yada, 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 shatum, shatum. Oh. Or stum. Oh, I can't remember how to pronounce it. Like shtup. All right. Wow, I just now realized Tom Baker fell over sometime in the last day or so. Hope he didn't take anything out on the way down back there. Well, I mean the Tom Baker, here, the cutout fell over. Yeah, like people still going on about Firefly reunion. There's never going to be a Firefly reunion. If Joss Whedon had really truly given 3 shakes of a rat's ass about Firefly, all he had to do was walk into any production studio in Hollywood, especially Marvel and all them, saying, look, I just gave you $1 billion movie in Avengers. Part of my deal is I want to make a Firefly sequel, and they'd have signed it over right there. All he cared about was getting his money and getting the hell out of there. That's why Dilev and Jaws still cared, though he doesn't. If he did, he could have done it by now, 10 times over. And everybody's moved on to different things, and I don't think that I'm shocked Fox hasn't tried to reboot it yet, just to make money off it. I think they still own some of the rights. I don't think they own any of the characters though, but because that was the way Joss got away with doing the movie Serenity. You'll never hear the word Firefly mentioned in the movie Serenity, I don't think, if I remember correctly. Like I said, I'm the wrong one to ask about sequels, remakes, because I'm getting tired of them. Can't somebody go out there and do something original anymore? Now we're getting prequel series. Yeah, now we're getting prequel series for the frickin' Penguin, a Batman villain. Now we're getting prequel series. They're trying, like I said, for characters on Dexter. Oh man. Well, the thing is this, and sadly, a lot of these channels have not yet learned this lesson. Overnight figures are good when they happen, but it doesn't matter if they suck or not. The only numbers that matter are the streaming numbers. And I love how, this year's Christmas episode scored over 4 million, but it was a complete dismal failure, even though it outscored Strictly Come Dancing for that day. I think that changed later on. I got to go double check the numbers when the finals came in a week later, the plus sevens. But it shows you that other shows are not doing these huge numbers that are living in this guy's imagination anymore on television. I know what's going to be, Catwoman, First Blood. I can see that now. I'll do the whole series, and it'll be about how Catwoman. What was it? Selena Kyle's younger years. Discover how Selena's first caper was stealing tampons from the drugstore when she was approaching her first period. Oh, and we'll make an hour-long series, pilot episode off that alone. Oh. Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer became Buffy the Vampire Lair real quick there after a while. Kind of like True Blood, where next Sookie's jumping everything that has fangs. And Sookie. I'm not kidding. Just for True Blood and all that, I've seen Anna Paquin naked so many times that in some bizarre alter universe, if she were to come walking in here naked, I probably wouldn't even give her a second glance. Man, how's it going? Well, you may want to, you got a boil there just above your left breast. You may want to get that looked at. And that would be the excitement level, okay? Because I saw her naked so much in True Blood, it was like, I know the whole landscape now. Well, they canceled it after it was filmed and ready to go to the it was going to the theaters, and they shut it down before it even made it to the theater. It was filmed. It was in the can. Millions and millions of dollars wasted. Just like that piece of shit movie that was a sequel to Interview with the Vampire. What do you call it? Oh, sheesh. My brain just locked up. It was Interview, Vampire Lestat, Queen of the Damned. Was that Queen of the Damned? I forgot the title. The movie was really bad. None of the original cast came back from Interview with the Vampire. And it was just Townsend in the lead roles, Lestat doing bad acting like Townsend always does. And the only reason the movie was shelved, and then when Ilea died, because she was in it, they drug it out and threw it in the theaters, and it didn't do shit. They were trying to make some money off Ilea's death, is basically. Because that movie was so bad, they threw it in a vault. A vault that would make Fort Knox jealous because of vault envy. It surrounded it with wild cannibalistic natives with saber-toothed tigers and dinosaurs around it. Ugh. in the body, and then they took it for a while and had it in the bottom of a shark tank off the Great Barrier Reef. It was that bad. And then all of a sudden, Ilea dies, and they ran it out to the theater. And I wish they had kept it, because they tried to combine the Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned, 2,000+ page novels, into one 90-minute movie. Kind of like that piece of shit Dark Tower movie, where they try to take 7 full novels and cram it into a 90-minute movie. And I'm sitting there recognizing stuff like, wow, there's Way Called. That doesn't appear till book 7. Why is it even in here? Why doesn't it even appear till book 5? Why is it in here? It. And the sad part was, Phil, rest in peace, Ilea. She was the best performer in the movie. She did give a damn good performance as Akasha, who I named a cat after. Akasha. It was Akasha and Enkill were the 2 original vampires, if I remember right. Well, it's nice to see Karen still scoring work, even though she's fired out of Babbo. At least the husband got something right. I'm sorry, but when you marry somebody and a week later, instead of still being on your honeymoon, you're in marriage counseling, red alert, condition red. That marriage should have never happened. I kind of worry about Karen and her Babbo these days, but she's got millions of dollars. She'll figure it out. Well, folks, I've been ranting for 20 minutes, so I'm getting off here. Yeah, I took the day off because we're going to do our taxes later on today, and I figured I better check in with you all, otherwise you might think I'm dead or something. And I went on a rant again. I might actually give the Harry Potter show a chance. I'm not going to write it off because they didn't cast who I thought should be cast, and they aren't what color I thought that character should be, and all that nonsense. Ugh. So take care, everyone. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've seen the pictures of Peter Capaldi in the Black Mirror trailer and all that. I got to watch the Black Mirror trailer. I have them up on the Dr. Freedom page. Okay. Take care, be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy your Mondays. We'll be back in the parking lot tomorrow morning. And, happy St. Patrick's Day, or as my friend Graham called it, happy pretend to be Irish and get drunk day or whatever. Enjoy the rest of your Mondays, guys.